teachers, this video is going to give you some tips and tricks and things that you will need to do to prepare Google Classroom for summer. So the first thing I want you to realize is what happens when we make changes to our Google Classrooms and what happens to things for students over the summer. So if you leave your Google Classroom as is, for the summer, students will be able to continue to message in Google Classroom, write things if you've given them the ability to comment or post. They will be able to continue to look at assignments, basically do everything that they are doing now. However, sometimes I found that I was not managing Google Classroom over the summer and able to stay on top of that. So what you can do to your Google Classroom when you are ready and you don't want to allow students to be able to message, put in private comments, send class comments, make posts, anything like that, you can click on the three dots on the main Google Classroom page and select Archive. So if I click the three dots right now and select Archive, what this does is it archives my class. I can't update and add new assignments, but students do not lose anything. They can still access all of the materials that they had. They can still use the things by clicking on the links, but they will not be able to post or interact within the Google Classroom. Now you'll notice that classroom disappeared. So this is where students would need to know that they would need to click on the three lines, scroll down to archived classes, and find their archived class here in the archive. Keep in mind, this does not delete your classroom. It simply holds it in a storage place. I will create a video to show students how to access archived classes, and I'll be sharing that out with you as well, so you are more than welcome to use that and send it to families. Before we begin the new school year, it will be required that teachers archive their old classes or remove all the students from their old classes so that there is no confusion for students when we start the new school year, regardless of what that looks like. I know many of you will still continue to use Google Classroom, so we want to keep those old classrooms off of students' main page to avoid confusion. Archiving them, again, ensures that the students can still get access to content, and if you are someone who wants to be able to create and reuse those things that you did this last year, guess what? If I click reuse post and I'm going to go back out to my classes, notice I can scroll down and here are all my archived classes. I can still use assignments from my archived classes as well. So that is an awesome feature. You're not going to lose any of that. There's absolutely no reason that you have to keep the class active, because you'll still be able to get to everything that you did and pull those assignments from your archived class. So I could click here, here's that assignment. I can select reuse and it's going to pull everything from that archived class. The one last thing that you can do, and this would be going into the next school year, if you are absolutely insistent upon keeping that class open, then you will need to go into your People tab, click all of the people, and remove all of the students. Again, we do not want to create confusion for students at the beginning of next school year. You have the summer to decide this. Keep in mind, it is okay if you decide to archive your classes shortly after the school year ends. I will have a video that you can send out to families on where they can access these things. Creating that archive also helps families to understand that because they can't post, you will not be responding and maintaining things in that Google Classroom. So they can certainly still email you, but they're not posting things and then expecting you to respond, and you maybe aren't checking in on those things regularly. So completely up to you if you want to archive now or wait until the beginning of next school year in order to archive that class or remove all the people in that class.